Hello everyone. In our today's video, I'll show you how to create an EC2 instances. In order to create EC2 instance on AWS console, first you have to log in into AWS management console. And as you log in, you will see this as your home page. In the search tab, in the search section, search for EC2, just type EC2. As you type EC2, it will open EC2 section, or is the first option under services will be EC2. Select that option as EC2. As you click on EC2, it will show you quite similar to this, wherein you will have 0 running instance. And it's okay because you did not create any of the instance as of now. Henceforth, you do have 0 running instance. Now click on instance running section, which says 0 for now. And as you click on it, it will show you no instance, and below no instance, you will see launch instances as well. Also at the right top, you can see launch instances section. So click on launch instances section, which is at the right top. And as you click on launch instances section at the right top, it will open one window wherein you have to provide all necessary details which is needed for you to create EC2 instance. Now, the first thing is name of EC2 instance which you want to create. Here I'm providing sample server as the name of EC2 instance. Again, next thing will be to choose the OS image. Here I want to choose Ubuntu as the OS image to create EC2 instance. And next thing will be, as I choose, I can have wide variety of AMI which falls under Ubuntu operating system category. You can see I do have Ubuntu server 22.04, 20.04. You can choose any of this, right? Though the free tier eligibility is with 22.04 LTS and 22 and 20.04 LTS, as you can see here. For others, you have to incur, it will incur certain charge and you have to pay certain amount for that. So in case if you want to go over free tier eligibility, please choose 22.04 LTS HVM or 20.04 LTS HVM, either of two. After this, you have to choose instance type. In many of the regions, you will have T3 micro as the instance type, which is free tier eligible. But in most of the regions, you will have T2 micro as the instance type. Now, EC2 instance is a regional service. As you can see at the right top section, I do have North Virginia as the region, which is under US East 1 zone, where I'm creating this specific instance. If I switch from US East 1, which is North Virginia, to US East 2, which is US East Ohio, I won't be able to see this instance because, as I said, instance is a region specific service. Once you do that, you'll have to provide the authentication method. Like the way you know, in order to create or in order to log in any of the virtual machine, you have to provide username and password. AWS provides authentication mechanism as username and key pair. So you have to provide the key, or you have to create the key which you will use as authentication method to log in into EC2 instance. Now click on create new key pair. As you click on create a new pair, it is asking you the key pair name. Provide a key pair name, say sample key. Once you provide this, it will ask you .pem if you want to create the key pair in .pem or .ppk format. Choose the key pair type as RSA because that is the most widely used encryption method for key as of now. Now, the private key format could be either in .pem or .ppk. Since I'm choosing PuTTY as the mechanism, as the software or application to connect to EC2, I will choose .ppk. Like the way it says, even for use with PuTTY, choose .ppk. But in case if you want to choose with any other mechanism with OpenSSH like MobaXterm, use .pem as the private key format type. Since I'm using PuTTY, I will choose .ppk. So choose .ppk and create key pair. As I click on create key pair, as you can see at the right top, I do have sample key.ppk which is downloaded. So basically, as you create the key pair, it is downloaded and it will be in your downloads folder. Other than that, you have option under network settings as well, because it is pretty much important for you to choose appropriate network so that you can establish connectivity with your EC2 instance. Now I'm I do have allow SSH traffic from anywhere. I'll let it remain like this. Though once instance is created, I have to make certain modification. I'll keep other values as default. So what are the changes I have done? I've chosen name as the name of instance, which is sample server in this case. I've chosen Ubuntu as the type of, as the operating system of virtual machine which I want to create. I've chosen Amazon Machine Image AMI, which is free tier eligible as Ubuntu Server 22.04. Other than this, I created a key pair, clicking on create new key pair, wherein it was asking for the values, wherein I provided the name as sample key, chosen the key pair type as RSA, and private key format as .ppk. Once I've done this, I hit on create key pair and it has created a key pair for me. The key pair which is created as of now is in my download folder. So if I go to my download folder, I will be able to see the key pair which is created, which is this. So now, once it's downloaded, once I can see this, suppose that I have chosen the option to create a security group, and that's it. Now at the right side, I can see the summary of instance which I'm about to create now, which is one in number. In case if I want to create more than one, I can choose more than one also. And each of those instances will be created with same key pair and will be under same security group. The type of instance is T2 micro, which is free tier eligible in my case, and the volume is going to be 8 GB, which is by default. I did not alter it. Post that, I hit on launch instance. As I click on launch instance, it takes few seconds for instance to create. Once the instance is created, the instance is in pending state. As you can see here, instance is in pending state. So I can put some filter so that I will be able to see the instances which is of a running state only. So instance state equals to running. So as I will put this, I will see instance which is running, and I can see only one instance which is in a running state for now, right? So I've got the instance running. Suppose that I need to make some changes in security. As of now, the security which is applied to security group which is created says that the inbound rule and outbound rule is this, which you can see here. Inbound rule is the rule by means of which any of the traffic, any of the incoming traffic to EC2 instance can be restricted by using this rule. So as of now, it says that the incoming traffic to EC2 instance is only through SSH protocol, which is working on port 22. And the outbound rule says that any of the outgoing traffic from EC2 instance to external world is following no specific protocol. So it's going to consider any of the protocol and all the port range, and it's going to fall on anywhere which is following IPv4 as the IP connectivity mechanism. So I will go back to inbound rule and I'll alter inbound rule as well. I'll just add another rule wherein I'll say all traffic. I'll choose all traffic and I will choose anywhere. So this will be the rule which I want to impose, which I want to apply on my existing security group. I'll delete the one which already existed and I'll let my custom created security group rule be available and be associated as inbound rule to the security group for my EC2 instance. After that, I will save the rule. So I just saved the rule under security group. Now here it says that the security group is having a rule which is going to allow all traffic from which follows any protocol, any port range, and in and from anywhere which is coming through IPv4, any of the traffic can come and enter into my EC2 instance. Okay, so this is what I did, and again it shows terminated and running as well. So I'm going to put certain filter which says instance state equals, I'll say running, so that I can just see the instance which is in running state. Now as I can see the instance, again I will go back to details section. Under details I can see public IPv4 address. So I'll just copy public IPv4 address. Now it's copied. Post that I will go to putty The putty which is there with me is this. So I'm going to open putty. And as I open putty, here I'll have to provide IPv4, which I have copied as the name of the host. Post that. Beside SSH, I can see plus, so I'll expand SSH. Under SSH, I can see auth. I'll expand auth. And under auth, it is having two options, credentials and GSS API. I'm going to choose credentials as an option. As I'll choose credential as an option, it is asking me to browse the private key file for authentication. Since you remember, we have created a key pair. So I'm going to browse it. And as I browse it, I will choose the sample key which I had downloaded. And now it is here. I've just chosen the sample key.ppk as the private key, which I'm going to provide as the credentials. Now click on open. As I click on open, it's going to open this console for me, this window for me, and I'll accept this. Now it is asking login as. So basically it is asking username. So friends, for Ubuntu operating system, the login username is Ubuntu itself. For different operating system, we do have different username, but for Ubuntu operating system, we do have username as Ubuntu. And since we already chose the private key as the key while establishing connectivity through PuTTY itself, under auth section, it's not going to ask me any password. Now as I hit enter, it is saying that authenticating with public key, and now you see I am able to log in. And if I say host name now, you see it is saying that the IP address is this, and this IP address is nothing but the private IP of EC2 instance. So which is 172.31.37.75. So if you come back to your EC2, to your Amazon console, you can see here, the private key as 1172.31.37.75, which is same as this. Okay friends, thank you everyone for watching my video. Please let me know if you are able to understand it in comment section. In case of any questions, please post the questions under comment section. Certainly I'll be addressing it. Thank you everyone.